My name's Dave Dubeau, founder of MoneyPartnerFormula.com, and this show is built for everyday real estate investors who are actively doing deals and looking to scale using other people's money. So if you're an active real estate investor and you want to get featured on this show to talk about your own real estate and capital raising experiences, then just go to daveinterviewsyou.com. Now let's get rolling with this episode, and remember to subscribe for daily interview content. Hey folks, welcome back. Today our special guest is Sean Tagge, and he is zooming in from beautiful Utah. And I'm interested in chatting with Sean because not only is he a real estate investor, in fact, he's got tons of experience with single family homes. He was in a flipping business where I think they did something like 1,500 or some crazy number of flips. Then he got into multifamily and syndications. And nowadays he's not only doing syndications of multifamily properties, but he's got into the business of buying businesses as well. So Sean, welcome to the show. Great to have you.
Yeah, thanks so much, Dave. Pleasure to be on, and hopefully can add my 2 cents to things here.
Well, I'm really curious because I'm looking over your information. It's very, very interesting what you're doing in the business side of things. But maybe let's zoom out for a second. Give us a little snapshot. What does the portfolio currently look like between properties and businesses? What kind of properties do you have? What kind of businesses do you have right now?
Yeah, sure. So I've done 1,500 single family flips. Obviously, all those are sold and gone, have like maybe a handful just remaining, some buy and holds and Airbnbs, things like that. So that's kind of where I got my roots going, some of the equity and learning. And just like Monopoly, right? You trade the greenhouses for those red hotels. Instead of hotels, though, we made a multifamily. So,
Okay.
so I've been doing real estate since 2017 when I bought my first duplex. And then we started doing multifamily in 2019. So currently we've done one deal full circle on the multifamily and got like a 55, 60% IRR on that one.
Nice.
Crushed it, but like anyone who bought in 2019, you were a genius. But because of interest rates and rent going up double digits. Then currently have like 1,200 multifamily doors in Memphis, Nashville, and Chattanooga right now, and they're 100 to 200 units per each apartment complex spread across around 8 different complexes right now. And some are like stabilized and refinanced. Others we just bought last year, and we're kind of raising the rents, putting in $2-3 million to get them stabilized. So that's on the real estate side, which is around I would say 135 million AUM.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the, business side, I bought a countertop and cabinet business. And that was a purchase around 5 million. It does include the building as well. And that's around 7 million revenue, probably trailing for this year of 2025.
Okay, cool. So why did you decide to start diversifying into purchasing existing businesses in addition to multifamily properties?
Yeah. I mean, when I was flipping and in the multifamily too, right? You sub out all the trades, right? Roofing, plumbing, electrical, HVAC, flooring, cabinets, countertops, fencing, landscaping. And it is just a cluster of mediocrity, or worse than mediocrity out there. Just, you call 5 people, you maybe get 2 of them to answer, and you can maybe get 1 decent bid. I mean, I just felt like it was just the basics, show up, answer your phone, give a bid, do a good job, be honest, communicate, so I was just like, I got to get into these trades. Then when I also found out the beautiful glory of SBA loans in the USA that we get, sorry for you Canadians, you don't have that joy, but you can get a $5 million loan at 8 to 9% interest right now for 10 years fixed. And then what really killed me about it is that it's a 33% cap rate buying a business. So usually trades at a 3 times multiple of earnings. So I get it. There's risk reward. It can definitely, revenue can go way up or it can go way down quickly, right? You're not on long-term recurring contracts like multifamily. But, as long as you're a competent, good, honest person that shows up and communicates, I feel like you can crush it in like these kind of trades, home renovation services businesses. So that's why I went into it. It just seemed like a great ROI and the financing was there. And I'm young and hungry, so I like being active in a business. So it just felt right for me.
Well, okay, now it's making a lot more sense to me because it's very, very related to your real estate experience? Like you got all of this frustration dealing with these kind of companies. So one solution is to buy the damn company and deal
Right.
with yourself, which
Yep.
makes a lot of sense. So, okay. So walk me through the business deal. We've interviewed a gazillion guys about multifamily, so that's
Right.
cool. But walk me through the business deal if you can. Like what caught your eye about this particular business? What how are you going to force up the appreciation, force up the value of this
Value add.
particular company?
Yes.
What does the business kind of look like that way?
Yeah, great points. And yeah, I could say that on my other 8 multifamilies, right? It'd be the pretty much the same story, right? We bought at a discount, got some debt on it, some either bridge or Fannie Freddie debt. We put in the 2, 3 million, 10 to 15 grand per door, raise rents 1 or 200 per door, and refi
Yeah.
or sell, right? So that's all the
Yeah.
multifamilies, which is great. And it's a great return, 15, 20% IRR with conservative underwriting. If the deal does better, you could get a 50, a 50, 60% IRR would be a grand slam, which we got on one of our deals, but targeting 15 to 20. Right. So I ran the numbers and, this business trades around a 3x is what I was seeing. So that means a 33% cap, like I was mentioning. So let's just say in a, kind of theoretical world, let's say it makes $1 million a year, it would trade for, sell for $3 million. So just right there, it's like, yeah, you have
So if it
cash
makes
flow.
in profit or in gross revenues?
EBITDA, which is like NOI in real
Yeah.
estate. So
Okay.
NOI
Got it.
before debt service and some of the owner perks, they add that back in. So yeah,
Right.
like NOI is similar to EBITDA, 3 times of that. And so yeah, I mean, I was just like, wow, this seems like a no-brainer. I'm pretty business savvy. I like to say I'm not the best, I'm not the worst, but I can show up and be honest. And so, and really what I've been seeing is this business, what attracted me is it had 35 employees, right? It already had a general manager who's been there for 30 years, had an installation manager, shop foreman, an office manager, accounting person, and very good tenured people. And then it was just a perfect kind of, I guess, love story where the owner is retiring, right? It was a female and she's retiring and her 2 daughters don't want the business. They're married to doctors and dentists, so they don't want to
They're
take
not
it.
worried about it. Yeah.
Yeah, they got their kids wherever, and they're not going to take it over. And yeah, the other people in the business, they're retiring soon, so yeah, they don't want to take on a bunch of debt right now at this time in their life. So yeah, there's a match made in heaven. I'm a young, hungry guy, had some experience with running a business and is comfortable with debt and to take that on at my age, I'm 36. And then what I've just seen, it's got the great foundation of they answer their phone, they have great customer relationships they've had for 10, 20 years. They do a lot of schools, a lot of working with a lot of flippers and renovation people,
Yeah.
GCs like me. So I'm like, okay, great. And a great team with tenure. It's just that they lack the millennial mindset of technology, of
Okay.
sales. So
Yeah.
everything's on paper, right? And the paper goes through like
Wow.
20 different people and they have just filing cabinets of paper, right? And I'm like, okay, yeah, I think I can add some value. And their marketing is just their website. It's a
Yeah.
great I but just like I know a ton. When you're flipping houses to get deals, man, it's competitive. You got to be all over the place, in marketing wise to get up there. So I just figure, that's my value add there is adding some systems and processes, getting a CRM, and really honing in on the sales and those processes there.
So how long have you had the business for so far?
Yeah, we closed November of 24, so it's been 6 months now. And
Okay. Very good. And
I
how's it
mean,
going?
yeah,
How's it going?
so my business coach told me, first of all, like it's already been around for 50 years.
Yeah, you got to learn the ropes is
Yeah,
what
the
you got to
seller
do.
inherited from her dad. So first off, it's been around that long. It's doing great, right? If it ain't
Yeah.
broke,
Don't
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 fix
break
it.
anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't be an idiot and think you know everything. So yeah, I just start learning, following the guys around, learning it. And now we're sinking our teeth into things of just, getting a CRM going, starting to plug in the marketing, hired a couple extra salespeople, and then
Okay.
just putting out little fires here and there, getting things a little more streamlined and trying to get 1% better every day. Yeah.
So how much time are you spending in that business versus your real estate business these days?
Yeah, so look with the real estate, I do have two other partners, Sam Frower and Michael Whiteley, and they are, so we kind of divide and conquer. I help
Hmm.
with, the investors, the underwriting, raising the equity, structuring the debt. Then another one's focused on acquisitions with the brokers, which is very involved. And then another's on the property and asset management. So that's kind
Okay.
of where we've divided and conquered there. So
Yeah.
luckily, and also every property has a property manager, and all that. So I'm about 10 hours a week on the multifamily side. It can be more or less depending on if we have a deal closing. And then the rest, yeah, I'm in the business,
10 hours of the week in the real estate and
yeah, and then 30
67
on the
hours a
business.
week in the business.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Then focusing on the business,
yeah.
helping that grow. Because obviously the first year you want to be involved and get things streamlined and everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's exciting stuff. So in real estate, we talk a lot about exit strategies. What are your plans for this business?
Yeah, great question. So another value add is we do laminate countertops, right? The cheap stuff that goes into my multifamilies and my lower end stuff. And
Yeah.
we also do solid surface, which is more commercial stuff that goes in hospitals and schools, kind of antibacterial, more durable countertops. So we don't do a lot of quartz and all that. So a value add is we buy another quartz shop that does that, or maybe add on, lease a place and buy some equipment. So there's the value. And I mean, my exit, it, I'm kind of young, 36. I mean, I got another 20, 30 years in me. So I ideally want to own it for a long time. Opportunistically, obviously, who knows me? I'm an entrepreneur, so of course I'm always changing every 5, 10 years. So who knows? Maybe in 5, 10 years we explore maybe a sell or bring on a partner or an operator to take it over. I'm kind of just playing it by ear right now, but yeah, definitely a 10-year horizon on me right now for this because I'm really enjoying it.
So, Sean, are you looking to buy more properties? Are you looking to buy more businesses? Are you just kind of wanting to keep things status quo and dial in the this business that you've recently purchased? Where do you see yourself going over the next year or so?
Yeah. So now that I've gotten out of the single family flipping game, which I stopped in 2023, reason I got out of that, Matt, that is Wild West. It is highly speculative,
Yeah,
and very, very,
stressful, I would
consumer,
imagine.
yeah, interest rate based. It's quick draw, pure adrenaline and pure stress. So I got out of the single family to focus on multifamily. What I realized in multifamily, it is a slower game, and we're closing. Hopefully, we're trying to close 4 a year, but we're on pace for around two a year. So
Hmm.
that kind of freed up more time to focus on this. So and yeah, so that's why. The focus is, yeah, businesses and then the multifamily real estate. So we were under LOI on another multifamily in Nashville around 200 doors, but yeah, that one got away. So we're looking for more. Yeah.
And what about businesses? Are
Yeah.
you
Yeah. So businesses, all those trades I mentioned, plumbing, electrical, HVAC, roofing, all the things I've subbed out 1,000 times and, had to go through probably 20 to get three good ones. I'm looking for those trades. So HVAC is one I'm targeting quite a bit, because I like that you can have a little more recurring revenue to it, meaning you go in there with the biannual checkups, summer and winter. That gives you some steady revenue and steady customers. And then you kind of just wait until their HVAC unit goes out and then you're there to save the day and do a replacement. So
got
that's the industry I'm targeting now. I'm also targeting like an IT companies, because yeah, I mean I was the IT guy at my real estate company and this one now, and yeah, it's just like everyone just to get your computer set up, your server, your CRM and all that. I see a big need for that too, which is something I'm decent at because I did biomedical engineering as my undergrad, so I'm
you're
pretty
a techie kind of
familiar.
guy?
Yeah, yeah, pretty
Yeah,
familiar
yeah.
with that stuff. Yeah.
Very cool. What have you found as we're wrapping up our interview here, Sean? What have you found to be kind of the commonalities or how do you explain a business deal to a potential investor who's only known you as the real estate guy? Or do you guys not use private capital for your business deals? What does that look like?
Yeah, there definitely are different investors out there for businesses, and there's a whole market on that. It's a whole new world, but very similar, right? Just kind of different ROIs and risk rewards on that.
Hmm.
But yeah, if you were to explain it, I mean, it just depends on how you want to diversify your investments and your risk reward. Like, yeah, definitely you can get better returns with a business and investing in that passively, but obviously there's a lot more variables than real estate. I mean, that's why real estate trades at a 5 cap instead of a 33 cap. It's a lot safer. It's tried and true. It's proven. There's awesome tax advantages. You have 200 customers, tenants, right? And they're all agreeing to pay you for a year straight. Where
Yeah. Plus, you're
business,
providing an
yeah,
absolute
right.
necessity for them,
Where
which
where
is
a
showing.
business,
Yeah.
you have depending on the business, but these types of business, right? You have customers, they've used you a lot in the past, but they don't agree to pay you for a year typically. They're just whenever
Yeah.
they need you, they'll call you. So you need a different customer base and things like that. But the sky's the limit on that, too. You can
Yeah.
grow a lot quicker. You can only add so much value to a multifamily where a business, you can go out and also you're not geographically constrained, right? You can go anywhere and expand if you want to. A little trickier in real estate to get tenants in a different state.
Awesome,
Property
Sean.
you have.
Well, I congratulations on this first business acquisition. Hopefully, the first of many successful ones. And yeah, congratulations on combining that with the real estate business, tying it in together. And if some of our listeners or viewers are watching this and they'd like to connect with you, where should they go?
Yeah, absolutely. First off, you can hit me up on LinkedIn. Just might as well follow me. That's where I'm trying to post most of my stuff. So just Sean Tagge at LinkedIn. And then my website is Acornia, so ACORNEA.com. It's short for Acorn Equity and Acquisitions. That's where I got my portfolio. You can sign up if you want to invest in any of my multifamily or business deals, or at least check them out, get on the list to see what it's like. You can sign up there and get on the email list for that.
Sounds good. Sean, thanks for being on the show. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks so much, Dave. Pleasure having me on. And yeah, hope we can chat another time. Best of luck to you.
All right, everybody, take care. We'll see you on the next one. Hey there, I really hope you enjoyed that episode. And as always, if you want to listen to more daily interview content, make sure you subscribe. And if you're an active real estate investor and you're doing deals and you'd like to get featured on this show, then just head over to daveinterviewsyou.com.